Hello, everybody. I was gonna make like a philosophical type video, one of the usual ones where I get quite deep, and then I thought, I can't be asked. So I thought, what's the quick and easiest way I can make a quick video? Let's look at the comments of of Lorne's channel, because it's a infinite gold mine of astonishment. It really is. I can't overstate the sort of. It summarises Lorne's whole character, really. The fact that he has a YouTube presence and tried to defend his position, whilst at the same time not really taking responsibility for what he'd done. It's just remarkable. It really is one of the elements of why I find the Lorne saga so amazing, and I never seem to tire of it. I just, I think I have a pretty good take on the human condition and people's failings and my own and what going on in the world. And I think I've done a lot of studying into human behaviour, and why we behave certain ways, and I still can't quite understand Lorne's delusions. It's quite remarkable, really. I think it was Clobber I said on one of the last video that I did that this important message, ironically, it wasn't really a message, it was more of a question. This video was like, am I wasting my time on the internet? Well, of course you fucking are, Lorne. That, just so you know, that video flashed up. I was looking at, like, how on earth has that terrible song got 209 million views? So I just left a fucking comment on it and said this is shit or something. No, actually, what I put was, how is a song that's got 209 million views and it's not even a good song? It isn't a good song. Anyway, I digress. She's fit though, fucking hell, mega fit. So let's have a look, shall we? That answers the question. That's why it said 209 million views, because she's mint. Lorne, you are still in timeout. Oh, God. Sheriff's office, get on the ground. Everyone deserves a second chance. I love it how, like, every so often you read these comments and somebody, like, defends him. You know what I mean? Not necessarily like, oh, give Lorne. Can you imagine if one of Trump's last acts was to pardon Lorne? I'd kind of like, part of me, I'd like to see that, just to see what he'd get up to. You know what I mean? Is Miss Vagina still missing Mr. Penis? I commented to let you know I wasn't going to comment. It's like the whole kind of teacup thing going on. It's like that comment. I came here to say I wasn't going to be here. Everybody's kind of like there's so many memorable comments and moments from teacup, isn't it? It's why we're still talking about it like 13 years later, and I have a YouTube channel that's mainly based around it. Remarkable, really. Still can't believe this exists. I get where you're coming from, TM Carter. Lorne likes the smell of his own farts. Someone should ask for the cord shirt, limited supply, man. He tried selling t-shirts as well. Unbelievable. I just thought I'd like to say the pics you took of your boat hole are all plastered over the internet. Yeah. I took my literal asshole. Fucking hell. Why hide that sweet horseshoe haircut? Oh, who the fuck's this now? Hang on. Sorry about that. That's professionalism for you. Why I just reported your channel. That's the point. Why the fuck is this still up? Innit? The irony that my channel got taken down, but yet Lorne's didn't. That's so funny. That's so funny. I've never really thought of it like that before. Yeah, I fucking made a video. I made a channel poking fun at this geezer, and it got flagged. But yet this guy, who's a convicted sex offender. Oh my god, that's brilliant. This letter's from Artsy Gwendolyn. His hat should say white track. 13 female Kentucky, built like a Chevy. Oh, I like these where people like go off on one. Lorne, I'm honestly one of the few who believe some predators caught in the show deserve second chances. But it's really hard for me to do so with you simply because you just won't admit you did something bad. A lot of other predators have accepted they did something gross and they moved on, but you refused to. Am I supposed to have any sympathy for someone trying to move on with their life when they don't even acknowledge how they got there in the first place? I mean, you can't disagree with that. That was written very mildly, wasn't it? It's difficult. If he was going to write something to Lorne in that context, it'd be very difficult to avoid insulting him. You know what I mean? Does Lorne do live speak? Oh, yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Oh, God. I love you, Lorne. You are so strong and brave. I wish I gave you a kiss. I'm under 18. You're too old, sweetheart. You need to be at least under 16. How are you, Lorne? Why not your community? Yes, you are a joke to us and a very dangerous predator toward the public. You, Lorne Armstrong, are the sole reason I don't believe in God anymore. Strong words. I'll let you know that I have class on Thursday night that I have to go for. Well, I didn't need to go into detail. No need. You said plenty. Why do you think everyone is here? Find a field gun for the boy who's been caught over a decade since he got caught. Anyone know what he's doing now? Do you like what I'm doing with the show, my music and exercises? Are you guys gonna want me back? Where do I fit in here? He still doesn't get it. Everything. Yeah, because it's like, it's when I was talking about his delusions, the mindset that he has to think that it would be accepted in any kind of positive way on the internet is remarkable. I know that when this was going on, he was fed a load of bullshit, and he believed that. Whoever it was feeding him the bullshit, people love it. As I understand it, and I don't know the full details of, what was said to him in order to get this, out there. But I don't think he had full access to the YouTube channel and its ongoings. I think it was managed for him, and I think he was fed a lot of bullshit. So people were going, people were saying, whoever it was saying, oh yeah, people really want you. They're really interested. Sylvester Stallone's your best mate, etc., etc. Just watch. So, but still, in order to believe that, I mean, the thing is, he will literally believe anything that anyone tells him with some authority. If he wasn't if he wasn't the person he was, and kind of repulsive, you'd feel sorry for him, and you'd be like, oh, such an innocent, sweet guy, thinks the best of everybody. He doesn't think anybody's capable of lying, but obviously you can't go down that road with him, can you? You really are pathetic. How do you keep in shape? Scarlet Ebony. Lorne, I'm trying to leave the past in the past. Also, Lorne, constantly using the past to try and justify all the shitty things he's done in life. Pick one, Lorne. Very true. Well, the thing is as well, it goes deeper than that, in that he can't. Why can't you let the past be the past, but yet uses the past to try and he tries to take advantage of the TCAP situation. Let's look at it from a very basic point of view. Is right at the bottom, where this channel wouldn't exist if it wasn't for what he'd done. It's a bit like, I'm going to use the analogy of my favourite musician Noel Gallagher. He's no longer a part of Oasis and does his own thing with the High Flying Birds, and he does Oasis songs. I've seen him live 10 times on his own, and he does some Oasis songs and the High Flying Birds stuff, and they ask him in interviews, well, why do you still do that? He says, well, I can't deny, I wouldn't have a band now if it wasn't for Oasis. That's it's probably a bad analogy, this, but he doesn't, even though he doesn't get on with Liam anymore, and he wants to do his own thing, he can't deny that he was ever in Oasis, because that's the reason for his fame. And it's the same with Lorne. How can he deny and say, let the past be the past and stop mentioning that shit, if that's the whole reason why you're trying to take advantage of that? You're trying to print t-shirts with all cod on it or whatever the fuck it was, and sell his signed guitar and signed underwear. What the... It is remarkable, isn't it? It really is. Have another drink, crybaby. Is this your channel, Lorne? Do not diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids. Frank Reynolds, don't know who that is. He's just being honest. Well, that's dusting, but fair enough. Well, yell at me, why don't you? Lorne is not allowed to read this comment. That's a good point. He's not even going to be seeing any of these. There's just loads, isn't it? Lorne, you're a knob. Oxygen thief. Man, this guy is super clueless. He thinks people are laughing with him when everybody's laughing at him. What a clown. I'm not living in the past. Can you continuously talks about the past? Huge loser. He's not a loser, don't forget. You can't even read. You don't want hurtful comments online. Then stay offline. Nonsense. You're getting off easy, you worthless piece of trash. Why is this loser allowed on the internet? Well, technically, I don't think he was supposed to be, was he? I empathise somewhat. Quite often, these stings don't get any actual predators and just rein in a bunch of desperately unlucky dudes. What? Even if they did find a 14-year-old girl stupid enough to meet with them, she'd probably run for the hills if they actually met. That's not true for all of them. And even Lorne was managed to lure in a real underage person with victim number 1 from MySpace. I get the whole lol cow thing, but I don't think most of you commenting are much better than him morally. It's quite odd. Scarlett Abbin is not having any of that. This real guy is real victims, right? Just what I just mentioned. They also stole 30 grand from a couple. He's incredibly dated. All after like that. Why is this loser load on the internet? I've already read that. You don't have a quote-unquote community, you stupid fuck. Oh, go on, Barack. Everyone is making fun of you. You not star. You are a deplorable human being who everyone else can look at and feel much better about themselves, and your voice is weird. Even the ex-president's getting on it. Take that on. Do you know what the funny thing is? If Lorne read that, he'd be like, oh my god, the president, Lorne talking about his limited edition aerosol clothing line. Oh my god, Horny Lorne is looking jacked and juicy as frack. Why need a natty or not? What the fuck are you going on about, dude? Hey, fuck you. I'm gonna have to read this. Let's hope it's good because it's long. Much courage for putting yourself out after all you did. Now, as a father of a beautiful 9-year-old daughter, when I watch Teacup, I understand the psychology of a predator going to see an underage child and underage child seeking and requesting an adult to have sex with guys they couldn't buy a woman that's 10 if they had all the money in the world. Why would a child want to lose the virginity to such an individual? It's not that you feel for a trap, I think he meant fall, but the fact that you can see nothing else but your thirst. And as a parent to a child seeking out such things like you and many other predators, a parent would be a failure when the child seeks such an invitation with grown-ass nasty men. And as a father, uncle, brother to loving children in my family, I'll break any man that even thinks about such an act. Other than that, you did your time. Trust will never be again in the past. Right, okay. Didn't really go anywhere that, did it? Did you pass the class you were doing on Thursday nights? Just ignore the idiots. I say go away, you're still a loser. Very apt. You're actually trying to defend yourself. Oh yeah. Respect for not disabling comments. Yeah, that's a good point. But all this kind of like, when the odd person will say, I respect you for putting your neck out there. It's not the smart thing to do. Do you know what I mean? It's like the judge said, the Honourable Judge Woodcock said at his hearing 2 years ago that night. Fuck me. You're never going to win. Don't go on the internet. You know what I mean? You're never going to win. What is the point? He doesn't deserve any respect. It's kind of arrogance, in my opinion. So, men, why are you torturing this poor man for something that happened a decade ago? Apparently, you haven't heard his phone calls of him getting catfished and hear him being recorded by a woman who thinks he's his girlfriend. This man hasn't matured. He's an alcoholic psycho. Also, he went back to prison for a parole violation. But why are you torturing this poor man? I assume Connor S. is having a laugh. I still don't know about that, my bad. I thought he didn't do anything else and people were still giving him shit about the teacup episode. Just look up his name on YouTube, Lorne Armstrong phone calls. His crazy haven't changed at all, just worse. Yeah, actually, Tiger is one of the more. What's that say? Snitches out there. Boo this person. This channel is like a dislike punching bag for people who don't dislike the videos they don't like because they respect the creation the creation of the video and the person making them, not this guy. I think he means that even, who's going to not dislike this video. To think Kayla missed out on this. Right, let's see what Anxiety Entertainment says, shall we? The person you are now is supposedly different, but yet you look and act exactly the same as you did back then. Obviously, you haven't learned because this... Obviously, you haven't learned because since this video, you've been rearrested and continue to make a fool out of yourself in various phone call conversations. You really want to prove you've changed. Make a complete overhaul. Get some decent clothes. Stay offline. Get a construction hobby and work on your personality and anger issues. Of course, you probably won't do this, or it's probably a waste of time even posting this. Well, of course it is. But I thank you for your insight. Of course, what you're saying is right, but I think that some people like Lorne don't have the ability to do self-improvement work. Whether it's just a lack of will, but it's just not indicative. It's something dramatic would have to change for him to do any kind of self-improvement work, because in order to do that you've got to admit and acknowledge what your problems are in the first place. Otherwise, how are you going to improve? I'm kind of lucky in some respects in that I can even step out of my specific mindset, and I can see very clearly the view, how your own world is your view upon it. Your focus determines the reality that you live in. Someone else's world is a completely different world to yours. And I've started to be able to see where I'm going wrong in life, and I can see it's all down to the mindset that I have about it. All I've got to do is change that, but it's very fucking it's really difficult, but it is possible, and it's worthwhile. There's nothing... If you're going to there's nothing more important than like self-improvement work. Anybody can, because it's like people waste too much time because there's so many temptations out there. Netflix. It's like kind of it's listen. There's some good stuff on there, and I have Netflix. I watch it probably watch. I don't know. I watched one episode of I Am a Killer the other night when I was having my tea, but I don't binge watch anything, because ultimately it's a waste of time if you're spending too much time doing it. It shouldn't be the main focus of your free time. Reading is a fantastic way of spending your free time. It's you're getting enjoyment out of it, and the positive benefits that you get from reading will make self-improvement. It helps with memory, it helps with your focus, concentration levels. It's a fantastic thing to do. I cannot overstate it now. And even if Lorne spent the most of his free time doing that rather than drinking, that would improve him if he was reading about sexual offences and psychology behind it, and anger issues and alcohol. And he's got a resourcefulness about him because he wrote the book. He wrote his novel in prison. And I don't think I'm ever going to read it. But as I understand it, it's merely a way of him sort of writing down what he already feels inside. It's not anything to do with redemption or anything like that. It's like people that are treated badly, and there's all kind of hints, I believe, inside in the book with regard to his personality. But I'm still not going to fucking read it though. Discussing that people are subbed to this. Yeah, he's got more subs. He's got like nearly 3,000. No one takes you serious. Happy birthday. I mean, it's not. I mean, these are the kind of comments. I'm surprised they're not worse than this, to be honest. I mean, I've just, with a bit of luck, this 6. Yeah. Jag Girl, just blows my mind that you don't realise that you are not to be on the internet. You are not supposed to have social media accounts. Guess you found out the hard way. I think you and Kayla can work it out. I'm actually not surprised you seriously didn't realise everyone was making fun of him. You have to be incredibly delusional and insignificant in the brain in the first place to want to go and ruin a little girl's life for your own satisfaction. Don't want to get into that drama. I hope you got the help you need and shit, but lifetime registry is lifetime registry. You don't deserve death threats, but people will always make fun of you. You made that choice. You got to live with it. Very fucking true. Very, very true. It's ultimately, people will say things, even with Lorne or someone like Lorne, if they demonstrated the proof that they wanted to change, and I think most people, maybe not most, but there's a good amount of people that would live and let live. Right, okay, get on with your things, make steps to improve yourself. You've got to give people that opportunity. But with him, you never. The point is, you're never going to win with certain people ever. And it's understandable, isn't it? I mean, and he in his current form, he does represent a threat, as it's already been evidenced in abundance that he would, given the opportunity, sleep with an underage girl. No doubt about it. Pathetic. NCA, Lorne, buddy, I just discovered the calls about the lighthouse job. I hope you ended up getting the job you want. Okay, alright, okay. It's when I mean that I was talking to someone about that the other day. They got him to believe that Casey Monroe, I'm sure that everybody knows, but Kayla from the house actually was interested in him romantically, and they actually believed it. I mean, what? That is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Just think of the mindset that's involved there. Can you have a kiss first? How does this fucker not know that he's a joke? Good question. Connor M. His deluded mind has him believe everyone likes him. His deluded mind is the only thing stopping him from committing suicide. Well, you might be onto something there. Well, this might. The Butcher of Halifax. Okay, it's not too far away from Ireland, unless it's Halifax. Isn't there a Halifax in Nova Scotia? Was there Halifax in North Yorkshire? Was it North Yorkshire near where I live? Near where I live, anyway. Well, it may seem crazy, but I know that's part of it. Oh, right, he's replying to someone. I've got messing around. I can't be asked reading that. Okay, you want to explain yourself? I wish you had this many subscribers. Yeah, exactly. It's not hard to get that many subs. You don't realise you're a joke. I mean, what I mean by that about the subs thing is there's lots of people on the internet with lots of subs that have got nothing good about. They just, made a video that went viral, which you just need a bit of timing, really. I mean, some of the videos that go around on Facebook that get millions of views, and you're just like, what is this shit? Anyway, you don't realise you're a joke. Yo, dude, I just listened to your phone calls with a decoy that sounded like a 3-year-old. What the fuck, dude? I'm actually wondering, what the fuck, man? Obviously, you're a huge pos. Trying to groom a fucking child, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we already know that, dude. Okay, no thanks, Lorne. We don't want you around. I know I'm late, but you have to realise that even though you didn't hurt anyone, you could have. You say the past is the past, but my stepdad abused me. Right, I don't want to be reading that. Oh, this will be interesting. Lorne, just remember that Jesus can forgive all sins and knows your heart. Just keep your head up and looking forward to the prize, heaven. God loves you. It's difficult to know whether that person's actually genuine. If he knows Lorne's heart, then he's screwed. Well, I might disagree with this. I actually laughed out loud at your comment. The key to Jesus' forgiveness is actually atone for your sins. Blah blah blah. I can't be asked reading that nonsense. The judge at your trial tried to tell you for your own benefit, stay off the internet. That you won't be able to talk people out of their opinions based on your past actions. Blah blah blah. It was good advice. Exactly. If only Lorne could sit down and read these. I'll never forget that time when someone just copy and pasted something he wrote from his own chat log on his comment on his channel, and he went absolutely mental. Oh, that was an amazing day. Hi everybody, my name is Amanda Jones. That's funny because it's Amanda James and he spelt hi wrong. Ah, dear, oh dear. Thank you for... Oh, it's Mary Mandolin. Thank you for continuing to talk to these people. Now we know that they help you admit that you had real victims before the sting. No, you're not going to get him to admit anything, I don't think. Seem pretty comfortable there. Oh, it's me. People are so rude. Lorne made a mistake. Big deal. And he wanted to be a country singer. So what? Wow to all you liberal people. He paid his damn dues to society. Hey, that's obviously a piss take. This world is simulating new darkness, new energy. If you want to see the dark prophet of our time, go to him. Love him. His channel... Oh, what are you babbling on about, dude? Oh, right. Tell you what, I'll read this long comment, see if it goes anywhere, and then I'll call it a day, shall I? This fucking tool actually said, if you want me to be a better person, aka not molest children, support me outside the NBC staff, aka buy my garbage t-shirts. Just like with his smoking and drinking and everything else, he so desperately wants other people to care about him enough to want to quit, but no one does. I know he still finds a way to look at to look and read these because he's obsessed with having a little bit of fame. I'm not too sure about that. First, it was his delusion about being a country singer. Then, after he got out of jail, he thought he could still be a little famous on YouTube, even though he knew everyone he watched hated him. He thought he had a little captive audience. Well, Lorne, let me say from the bottom of our hearts, you will be on that registry for life, and if you ever do get off, it'll be with one foot in the grave, and the community will step up the trolling. You won't ever get your channel back, and if you do, you'll get ratioed and reported to hell. All people wanted was you to admit you did something awful because you wanted to do your time and disappear like most every other predator. Know your place. You're a fat, ugly moron, animal abusing who cannot sing. Ouch. Right, okay. Well, that's a good 30 minutes, so we'll leave it there and just leave this little video of me and Shin mocking Lorne reality show whilst we were in Maine as well. It wasn't exactly the same location, but that was actually filmed in Maine. Probably only a few within 10k from where Lorne was. Fucking hell, emulating Lorne. Unbelievable. I don't know what's a bigger farce, us doing this or Lorne doing his YouTube channel, but we can have a bit of fun, can't we? It was really good fun. Anyway, I digress. Yeah. So, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this little pointless stroll through his YouTube comments. I'll speak to you soon.